Welcome back to CAN, Caribbean Affiliate News. This segment is sponsored by Claire. Following a witness statement given to the Barbados police by an individual claiming knowledge of a number of allegedly fraudulent transactions, along with a wealth of what appears to be incriminating documentary evidence, the Financial Crimes Investigation Unit in Bridgetown is reported to be investigating allegations of theft and fraud involving millions of dollars. As reported earlier this week, startling new documentary evidence of a trail of fraud and money laundering has revealed the apparent involvement of a law firm in Barbados in an attempted theft and the alleged complicity of a Cayman Islands banker who is now the CEO of a bank in Barbados. As previously reported, the chain of events begins in Guyana with the death on August 15th at the age of 82 of Yusuf Mungru, who was originally from Trinidad but established a well-known and extremely lucrative business in Guyana called Horseshoe Racing, an off-track bookmaker. He also owned and raced thoroughbred horses in Barbados and the U.S. According to copies of documents, a check purportedly signed by Mungru and dated August 3, 2010 in the amount of over $4 million made payable to Saisdai Prasad, an employee at Horseshoe Racing, and drawn on Mungru's account with First Caribbean International Bank in the Cayman Islands, was presented to the bank for payment on or about September 13, 2010, some 4 weeks after the death of their customer. It is evident from the check itself that the date, payee, amount, and an endorsement on the reverse were all completed in Prasad's handwriting. Although the check in question was made payable to Prasad, it was endorsed by her on the reverse to Weeks Kissoon Dean, a law firm in Barbados. This firm attempted to negotiate the check through its bank in Barbados, despite having previously been informed that the ostensible drawer of the check, Yusuf Mungru, had died on August 15, 2010. And knowing that, as a matter of law, the bank's authority to pay the check would have been automatically revoked by the drawer's death. In the event, this attempt to remove the money from the account failed because the check in question was returned by FCIB on the grounds of insufficient funds in Mungru's current account, the bulk of his funds being kept in a certificate of deposit. Police Commissioner Rodney Curad told members of the legislature on Friday that the U.S. Virgin Islands Police Department is adjusting crime-fighting strategies to ensure public safety while cutting spending and reducing costs. At the police department's annual budget hearing, Curad said VIPD's 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week operations stress personnel, equipment, and manpower deployments in determining the fiscal requirements and formulating an effective budget. Senior police officials have completed an analysis of the operational and administrative needs of the department. Curad requested over $56 million from the general fund for fiscal year 2014, which allocates 81% to salaries and fringe benefits. The VIPD budget also includes $850,000 from the Tourism Revolving Fund, $150,000 from the Casino Revolving Fund, and over $2 million in federal grants. As the department struggles to cut costs in light of the territory's fiscal challenges, Curad listed several required expenditures for the coming year. Some $1.5 million will be spent on promotions mandated by a consent decree, more than $1.7 million to add 90 new officers to the force, more than $8 million to fund overtime, and $587,000 to replace expired body armor as mandated by contract. In Guyana, President Donald Ramuta has urged opposition legislators to put aside their differences with the government and allow legislation that would ensure that Guyanese nationals benefit from cheap electricity in the future. Finance Minister Dr. Ashley Singh has said that the passage of Hydroelectric Power Amendment Bill, as well as the accompanying motion to increase the guarantee limit of loans from $1 billion Guyana dollars to $150 billion, was necessary to ensure the continued development of the country. The Alliance for Change and a Partnership for National Unity controlled 33 of the 65 seats in the National Assembly, and debate on the issue as well as the long-awaited reform local government bills have been deferred. The opposition legislators want the ruling People's Progressive Party government to support reforms to the local government laws, the establishment of a public procurement commission to fight corruption, and the presidential assent of opposition piloted bills. He said the country is now very close to realizing this dream of obtaining a cheap electricity, and the Hydro project will lead to a development of a strong manufacturing sector, create thousands of jobs, improve the skills and educational capacity, enhance the delivery and quality of services, and facilitate the development of agro-processing industries and value added. Government officials say the Hydro project is expected to shift Guyana's reliance on thermal generation to renewable energy, eliminate over 90% of the country's energy-related greenhouse gas emissions, and provide energy production for approximately 90% of the population. Disciplinary action may be brought against the two police sergeants who were involved in the arrest of businessman Bruce Bicknell for bribery. This was disclosed yesterday for Senior Superintendent Radcliffe Lewis, head of the Police Traffic Division, while being cross-examined in the perversion of justice trial of Bicknell and Senior Superintendent James Forbes in the Corporate Area Resident Magistrate Court. The sergeants in question are Jubert Lelwin and Delon Lewis, who participated in a meeting in April 2012 that resulted in the bribery charge against Bicknell being dismissed without him having to attend court as was scheduled. Both men have given evidence for the prosecution in the current case. Senior Superintendent Lewis was being asked by Queen's Counsel Katie Knight if department charges would be brought against Lewis or Lelwin for disobeying his directive that the bribery matter against Bicknell should be brought before the court. Asked by the prosecution about the manner in which a case is dealt with when a person is charged, Lewis said that the matter would have to go through the court and all the relevant documents served. He said this is done to ensure transparency and avoid allegations of corruption. At the same time, Sergeant Lewis said that there is no forced policy or regulation preventing a senior officer from intervening in a matter that he or she thinks may result in a great injustice against a citizen. Bicknell was arrested on April 9, 2012 and charged with bribery after he was stopped by Lelwin and ticketed for speeding. Lelwin testified in court that he wasn't certain if Bicknell was trying to bribe him when he found two $1,000 bills among motor vehicle documents Bicknell gave him. Days later, Forbes, Lelwin, Lewis, Bicknell, and another person met in Forbes' Oxford Road House offices in Kingston, where it was decided that the case against Bicknell would be done away with. Lelwin testified under cross-examination that he participated in the mediation of the matter in order to correct an error that was made when Bicknell was arrested and charged. You are watching Caribbean Affiliate News. Stay tuned.
Government say it's all about the food. August the 10th. Foreigners welcome to the land of oil dung. Beers and strong rum, girls hot and can done.
Tell them it's how we there. Tell them it's how we there. Tell them it's how we there. Master we all and care. Tell them it's how we there. Tell them it's how we there. Tell them it's how we there. They. When I drink it, I'm ringing iron. So we there. I'm beating bucket.
It's all about the food. Oil Dung Fest, August 10th, Lampama, and in the place.
Hey, excuse me, if you see me smiling, that's 'cause I'm chilling on Total Caribbean Network. It's your boy Wyclef Jean, man, and I'm chillin', man. Total Caribbean Network. Man, I love their style. Whoa, 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 whoa.